ancestors no on tiasie.
Okay.
Let's break it down. No bin tiasie.
Okay. In ancestral point, when we are talking about ancestors, we are talking about predecessors, the dead ones. Predecessors that have done things and then they are dead and gone. Once the person is dead and gone, they become an ancestor based on the traditional structure of where they have gone to. And then others believe that our ancestors watch over us, they take care of us, they are able to move, they are able to operate in certain things. So that's that condition of what an ancestor is. Yes.
Abusuya biya our ancestors and they be nibi.
Ebusuya biya our ancestors. Ebusuya biya will be. Once people die in your family, you will get ancestors.
Wow. But do they exist? Say any pa we are we and who are still now who exist?
Yes, the human being is body, soul, and spirit. So it's body, soul, and spirit. So when the human flesh dies, the soul does not die, the spirit does not die. So the spirit transcends to infinite reality, which simply means we will echo the unending trend, which is either entering into hell or entering into heaven. But before you get to heaven or hell, you enter into the realm of the spirit. And I know for be friend as Samando.
Okay.
Is the realm of the spirit. We go there in and out as the same way as, and the same place you sleep and you dream, maybe Alcono. It's the same place when you die you're going to. And then before you can enter into heaven, and I say Obeko way your friend is in hell in that condition. So that's the places that those ancestors dwell. And that's where they operate. But according to structure in the realm of the spirit, which is reality, you cannot say that an ancestor is a god. An ancestor can never be a god, can never help you in any way. He's not a deity. If he has power, he wouldn't have died. And if he had died in that angle, he's dead and gone. He's under some things jurisdiction. Say unanabi esom busumbi no wa only power bia is now a slave to the busum. If you conjure the spirit through necromancy, a busum no that will appear in the name of Unana, because now the busum owns Unana image right. It is image right. So he owns Unana no image right. So now your Unana spirit no is owned by that spirit. So he becomes a slave to that spirit. So anytime it is that spirit that will surface in his stead. And there's a lot of misconception. Once you can't see, you never understand. Obe can say, oh, me friend me nanabi. Obe timiti na can say, me mami ewu. Me friend me mami samai. Say ombambambe ye we ma. Once you conjure that, whatever you're calling, you don't know. So mami will not need under a stronger hand, which means the hand of God. Automatically, the spirit has gone into a place where demon can take her form. So at the end of the day, conjure no din some go friend. Oh me mami samai beyese. What you are doing is you are opening a portal. Anything that comes out of it can represent to mami samai. And obeba be di jumana wa friend some be di ni ma. Oya obe bisa to pay. And the payment you cannot find it to pay. Or no obeba be demanding. As a ubia wasumana one man access to your room. After he's done, he can pick up whatever he wants to take. It is very dangerous.
And dangerous say you be fancy ni a bonfire afraid mammy samai and I papa samai wo situation be a yekum now you invite your mammy and I papa samai say or mumra no fight my. Is it good to do that? Not
at all, because you don't know what you're calling. You see, sometimes no yanananum eye niamabi. It is culture, we understand. But then the spiritual part of culture, if you don't take care, you will go and call and conjure things that you are not ready to answer to. You are not ready to answer to at all. And there's one thing I always say, when abusumni, all those things, those spirits, we know them, we see them. We've seen them all of our life. And how diabolic, how tricky, how lying, and how deceptive they are. And to friendly bar in your mind, no cancer be bow, on bam bam be bow. You, the human being, you're literally something that they want to prey upon. And as how the saying goes, the sheep lives all his life fearing the wolves, only to be eaten by the shepherd. That's how it is. So your friend and when you call them, they are the ones that come to destroy your destiny, not even your fellow human being.
Wow.
Yeah.
The mumia ton sa friend is one boy no.
Yes.
In the other way round, no cry na better because in reality, ni nyama mi ankasa na eba.
Absolutely. Because onyewu not in the hand of God.
Yes.
The image right is owned by the spirits number one. Okay. So they can control his image right as much as they can. One thing that you realize, mostly obiwu no we were in the hands of God in Christ or anything. Yes. Most of the time wow. It's very difficult, but normal people that you will always see their ghosts everywhere. The reason is because other forces can take their image and function with it.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Now I say sebia o mami biawu na ushi na ghost na mo kan kwa no papa say obi kaso hu ghost a do we see them to say they yetie ya ana they appear in a different form ghost no o mo kaso mo hu bi no how do they look like?
So ghosts look in different fields of operation. You see, each spirit looks like a fluorescent bulb. And to me describe actual once I fluorescent bulbs, and that's what a spirit looks like in form. Okay. So it has a human, more or less like the form of a being, but then it lightens up. That's the spirit of a person. So who know what realm of the spirit now or appear in that manner, but it can bear the face of the person that is dead. But in necromancy, once you conjure such a spirit, unim at the crown take that form. So in your mind, you'll be thinking it is your mother. That's not your mother. Obetimia or mommy voice mo. Obetimia or papa voice mo. They will tell you things that they did with you, but that's deception. Wow. That's why Obitimi ba say, oh, assembliesi obiewu ye ko friend is somewhere for obi mu ama somewhere na kasa. Yes. Whatever you were conjuring is not your mother's ghost. It's a demon that came to create confusion in the family. Obetimi akasa o papa na ekun. Yes. Obwa. It's intentional to create chaos. Wow. Yeah. Because when you say tribe be Ghana ha obi wu a omutimi friend is somewhere. Just to know say when the cool no. Yeah. Ekosopa. So meaning say the omo friend no enye nipa no ankasa ba a demon. A demon. Just to create confusion. What the demon is with you, Obeba. So in this case, do we have any connection again? And now once they are gone for good. Oh, once they are gone, they are gone. You know, when a person dies, it takes a period of time for their spirit to ascend entirely. Now, in the realm of the spirit, as for me, Mewuda, when I was younger, so I understand this pathway. And then the realm of the spirit, I see people that are dead. And let me explain to you how death looks like in the other chapter. Exactly. This is what death looks like in that side. Obiwa, some people think basically their body is just lying down there, and then now we will occur in, they don't understand what it is. Obisi uwa okosoro and okofem, you will sink or ascend. It doesn't matter at all. All that matters is that in this reality you see, there is an upside down reality. And the world now, just imagine you turn it upside down, and then there's another world behind this world, which is where your spirit goes in the realm of the spirit. So in the spiritual realm, when a person dies, there are two things I have seen. When somebody dies in Christ, basically attached to the divine cause of God, automatically, me who say once they die, they are so close, and immediately angels just snatch them up straight forward within seconds. But obiwu na only that angular automatically no they are left abandoned. And to be honest, all of a sudden soul be ninamo raw wayira onim dia no no nam now I am confused no wonder immediately. That's the kind of soul that the demons start hunting. And by that time maybe on anabi ogun sen friend no now or a demon be slave or hunting a capture no. So there are two kinds of things. I was praying for one man, and then he was dead. He came back. He was dead a while and I got there. I prayed for him. He came back and he said Omudi Bechi, like they were chasing him for 40 years. So I was wondering, how are they chasing you for 40 years? Or see, oh, we are pure baby. Now spirits be dinechi. Because I already know those things. So I'm saying, okay, they were hunting for your souls. These ones are hunters. They will look for your soul and drag you straight into hell. Because you don't have someone to pick you up. Because in God, that is where the angels come and pick you. And to what is coming to pick you, that's the second thing. Because Akonade is not coming to pick you. Because once you see him in the realm of the spirit, we am grab a show. Because it's actually your hunter. You are there as a prey. You are food to them. Don't turn you into slave. So whatever you serve here, you continue to serve it in the other side. Yes. Sometimes how would you say Obia or Abia Accra? Yeah. But now wakopie tamale. Wawu Accra me yes you know. Yes. But Obia wonim no Accra Abia ono nim say wawu no. Na osi wahu no tamale.
Nti ebi obeba back to Accra obeka kire busuafo say oh misia asimasi kura watamale no na busuafo aka say wawu dadaada yes obesan akọ ho no na wayira. Those things are they true?
Yes, in certain cases they are true. In these conditions, people are able to transcend. You see, I always say one thing, say you cannot imagine the possible reality of the things that can happen in the realm of the spirit. Onim said there are people that have the capability of jumping bodies, like how demons can possess people. Obetimia woha, and then it switches into another person, which are very dark arts, dangerous spirits. And tenunsu woho are a function. And then we have a case in here because they worry samai and sama there are some of the cases is mere deception. Amount for fake or death all the time. And then they go and stay in a place and then start a new life. It will be new in a year or problem. Then or something, they want greener pastures. They will just leave, disappear for a while. Your brain will be thinking, say, maybe I will wound in Yamanyama, but then most of those things are not true. But this modern time we are discovering most of the things, but then there are cases where spirits like that are able to take human form. And just like in Genesis chapter 6, the fallen angels took human form to make wives of the sons of men, and then they were able to multiply on the face of the earth. So demon kind can take human form and be able to go and even marry somebody. And there will be spiritual things.
Papa, reincarnation, does it exist?
Not at all.
Anyhow,
not at all.
Nti yemaya yewo mo among for so we mo omo ba wiase because these days onkwalana omo ba wiase they are very smart, very intelligent.
Omikro mo can say reincarnation. Yes.
Ye ni bibi say reincarnation.
Not at all.
Sir.
Yes, not at all. How this works is this. Like as Miwahanum, I'm a prophet after the order of Melchizedek, Ezekiel, Enoch, Daniel, John the Revelator. So it's ancient knowledge. So once you're connected to the grace of God, you're connected to all the old prophets all together in one body.
Okay.
What you say? So in how do you understand that? The condition of that structure is that angels not your muye jumano, and the kind of operations is like a department, like an office. Like Senya Obekwa Obon say yanana otumfo or say tutu or tehwa or timi kasate say otumfo like the old chief or Kasabek or Timika 1970 or 70 say or no
yes
1850 or 70 or no now it is but it just came up. He speaks like a reincarnated
yes
king. What the office is that it can transcend different knowledge and then you continue the information like the pharaohs of Egypt. And that's the powerful thing about the Ashanti kingdom because Ashanti kingdom no ukum or anywhere is the same king that will come the next time. But continue. So the enemy of the first Nana Prempe is still the enemy of the current Otumfo. The friend of the 18 something Otumfo is still the friend of the current one. So whatever you do to them will never disappear, and whatever good thing you do to them will never be forgotten because they wear the same coat the same way as how the pharaohs are. The same applies to the prophetic angle. There is nothing like reincarnation. But the same spirit, the same angels, the same flow that worked with Elijah will work with Elisha, and then will work with Daniel. So once the Bible no, you see say an angel called Angel Gabriel. He worked with different angels, different prophets. Besi years suppresso.
Yes.
Or the because he's the same kind of angel.
Wow.
So Elijah I call heaven and leaving Elijah. A lot of people say Elisha said he wanted a double portion of Elisha's anointing.
Yes.
Debbie. Or see, I want the double portion of the spirit upon you.
Wow.
Whom be a too. Which means whatever spirit that is in you. Say Nyankupa money 1,000 amawa, me penu 2,000 pieces. And to on be bring by on reinforcement. And that's the same spirit that was upon Elijah that came upon Elisha. And to the same angels and their function. And so their things will be similar. So it's not reincarnation.
Now, sometimes, Papa, onam one so. What you could pay baby, now you say wabahada. But in natural sense, hoda. And also, DNA, sir.
So that is the reality. That's what you call deja vu. Deja vu is the reality of your dream state. That's why I tell you that you wake up in the realm of the spirit. You can play a time pattern in the future. in the realm of the spirit, which you have not lived in current reality. And to sorry free Dianoma, you may not even remember your dream, but it is logged into your subconscious. So sorry Anopana, you may see the same issue play out because actually it's a reality you have lived in your dream state. So human beings are both spirit and both flesh. Your spirit can experience something, store it in your mind, and then when you wake up in the flesh, you can really live the reality.
Wow. Science for me who say if it be hereditary illness.
Absolutely.
Na say ya de wabusuam.
Surely.
Maybe ya na bi ne di kan yare ye. Na sa ya de no a transfer from generation to generation bibi sa wo in the realms of life. Bibi sa.
I've seen such cases like thousands of them. Obi wo ho a ni nana bi ekoya ade bi tia obi. Ena nipa ni bo ni dua. Sa yare no bi ebusuam wo twa yare. Every female in the family has the same sickness. It's from and before it started, something happened. There was a story, there was a thing that happened, and then they started inheriting it. That's how the structure is. In Exodus chapter 34, verse 7, God was speaking about visiting the iniquities of the fathers to the children and the children to the grandchildren. So these things can transcend from generation to generation. The same way the blessings can transcend from generation to generation. The same way angels can move from generation to generation. The same way demons can also transcend that reality. Yeah.
Wow. Enti obi a ono ye innocent a otini ba bi odweno ne nana bi a ono kra wa mbeto no bi a centuries ago esi dan na ne nana no problem etimi enya twaka no mu because ye nyina ye nyamema.
Absolutely.
Say ye ba wiase ye nya obi abone a how come say ye nana bi bone bi enya effect e wo ya brabo so.
Most of the things in the face of the earth is that the generational structure is based on succession. What was in it? Say unana ebe si property kesiye kama the gold guma. O bank obeka say unana. Enti or the curse in soba the same way you inherit it. That's how the situation is. Enti whatever they do, they leave it for you, and then you will definitely come and follow. Wow. And that's the structure. So it exists clearly, and it happens accordingly.
Wow. So meaning say our ancestors can decide how our future will be for us?
Yeah, we can decide the future of our children as well. And the semitianum se na me say, oh, a come say nyame nantino me per powers be the nyame adwuma na say something with business or anything. Na me sorry na me say me kwa konfo bi ho. Ana we bi ho a onkoma me powers bi mfa ya ade a me kwa sign a contract. And one important thing, I repeat it every day unless a conform mo chamontro omunya conform yaza no mo sakding. But if anybody can see on him said there is no voodoo power juju bia so man bia ni wiase a oje aponchinji ndwanjinsa, they don't take it for anything. You use that to summon them. That is their walking point. You use that to give them a portal. Ya tupunu no mo odi eno na be bie punu na aba oye adwuma ne ma wi a na ketua no, they take it from you spiritually, and you can pay them with goods and cows. So they will come to you and then hunt you and take that which is there. And Timiko sign a contractor. Demons do not just do things anyhow. They sign contracts. It's an agreement. And most of the time, they will not tell you. Everything is fine. But or the money and maybe every third bond or and then it's signed. When you die, then the thing begins.
Wow. Enti abusua bi a omo problem ewo mu a problem no ashase ni free ancestors no ho no.
Yeah.
How do you break that problem no? And who break it for only you, and now who break it for the rest of the family members are ebeto ato aso nyina.
Okay. So with regards to that, no, once you're breaking, it depends on two things. You can choose to go for the entire altar, or you can choose to set the person apart from that covenant. Because as a contract, you are including without their conscious effort. So it's an unconscious spiritual covenant. And to non count by the nashim. And at the end of the day, you can cut the person off that generation of altars. And from there, they cannot be traced to it. Because the generation of altars can trace you if you are bound to it. And that's how it is. Unless they go back to their hometown to go and serve their idols, they will never succeed. And just deliver no cha no free that at the end.
Hey.
And that's how some of those things are, yes.
Minimobia or watena bruchris but na abrabon ye.
Right.
Why ye adwuma bia and finally kura no omo bo no bae. Obae no na ebia komodidium no hu se yesi akonwa wo mu fie na aduru no so se wo so odi. Se wandi akonwa na brabo ensi ne yeda. And truly finally na so kodi akonwa no.
Exactly.
So these things no ye wo mpaye bia yetimi body twam se me se me ndi akonwa we nti no nyame mo ame na ommo me ho ban ana se kwan bia so you can't run away from it.
Once it's there in the family, you want to cut it off. No? There's a prayer that can be dealt with. We can separate you from it easily. Yes. Wow. And they are very simple.
Wow. And ebi so etie abusua bi tie me. Omu family no obia ntumi nware entra 3 years. Oba bia ware before 3 years obeba fie. And it has been there. So we know, how do they break this?
That one is maybe based on bonding. I said some months ago, I think some weeks ago, right? Some people were talking about Meka Adebi, and then some people didn't understand it. Until later on, who say Lady Bika on air, or see not so minor, I think in where Banisuno. Now, while worry so minor, and to so minor yani chrono, and to me go worry before further. Once our precedence, once it is set, will allow a spirit kind to come and marry to him, to her. Once in that angle, the spirit will seek to marry every child, and it's not just her. They have been marrying their generation every year. So that spirit know that every one of your children, or befano, not deny them, so once the spirit takes control and then has a covenant or a bond with you, it will remain constantly from generation to generation, unless you cut a bond. Other than that, your marriage will never work.
It is spiritual marriage now.
Oh yes. Yes, spiritual marriage is there. It's a bonding, it's a covenant. Yes.
Family be and ebi ho abinim.
It depends on which contract your ancestors had. Yes. The contract on Modi, that spirits now have here. Certain contracts are not for spiritual marriages and bonding. Certain contracts are maybe financial contract, blood related contract and everything. It was yes, we succeed people. Because they saw the glory of the family, so nobody should succeed. And
also, your ancestors, physically, and bosom be so no mkoji edrubi.
Yes.
And bosom no ka say asedano be say ebia abusua bi generation bi. I mean, how was it? Bosom no mkoji ana?
Yeah, bosom no mkoji. They literally went to seek for help. Omo frefre sumai, omo frefre spirits, omo frefre those things no mobile. That's why I mean make all the time say I love culture. Because the other time, almost I'm fighting against culture and the black man's culture that is beautiful, and I'm fighting against them. Because no, I'm not fighting against culture. I am talking. I'm telling you about the spirits now. The spirit that is dancing now, or more glorifying, or near good spirit. Or claim it to be good, but they are contract with that spirit and ancestors. No, if they should break it down to you, yembe show. What is in your identity? They are in your rivers. Yes. They are in your water bodies. They've taken dominion over your rivers and water bodies. People are even afraid to build in those things. I thought the bubble to me baby, omu bridge and baby. So might be well on pinise bridge because Osro they will have to fight and enchant to remove it from them. Which kind of spirit does not want your country to develop? Yes. Or best stop bridges, or best stop buildings. Yeah, well, places be all the government hospital Krakow 1 year spiritual work on ground now. We see building now, obey construction, be until the building is halted. Wow. There are some rivers that want me bridges being trano unless we be a permanent free honor, and that's that kind of situation. So such spirits contract is very diabolic. Then to hype they think, and I know them. I know them very well. Wow. And they know me. Wow. That's one thing you have to understand. Once our spirits, no money, na so mountains, so mining, I know them. I know them. I come the whole country, all the 16 regions of the country. I have seen every river. I have seen every mountain. I have seen every people. Even some of them, we have cleared them out of the pathway. And to be see how fun is now, or yes, say home now, but the spirit only and I don't know about also. He has been seized. So how is it coming on you? Wow. So no one's a more chantro, but the spirit is actually there. Banisu, which is their spirit arising on it. And these are entities that we conquer and deal with because they are very dangerous. Or Kruswa. I went to one of the towns. A bra was doing my movement around. There was a spirit that I was communicating to. Once it saw me, one said, "You are coming with the light of God." So immediately all those things are subject to you. Immediately, no, the spirit was there. And Maker said, "They celebrate festivals for you." Yeah. Maker said, "They celebrate festivals for you. They hype you, but they don't know that you are a deceptive spirit. Oh. What destroy munananum. And the spirit realized that I know the Okano, it was a hypocrite, and then it changed form to what it was. And I said that what dad and Crawford way in this community for all these years, thinking say, yes. But then you did not help them at all. You helped them go to war. Imagine say I before any way for reference and northern region for kukuntokwa. Now bo mo ku omo hu wie. Now mo wie na betina say na bo omo na mo wie no si omo for mo ba virgin bi ambra no mo unku omo. Now omo tua so ya bo omo na say you are destroying them. These are diabolic contracts, and that has to be shut down. And that's why I mean, those things, as for them, I know them. That's why I mean, me boss straight, I go after it directly. Because me name spirit, and you confirm now the part I'm going to tell you, it is the spirit. I know what Sumaino or Kitano, whatever that is moving, all the issues, all of them. I went from region to region.
Spiritually and not physically?
Physically. Wow. Raising each and every one of them out. So when we do region now, I ask who is the big one here. So it will surface. Once you surface, you are just trapped off the pathway. Solomon here, you know. That's how God works. So you go, we've dealt with all this, so we know what they are. We've suppressed and brought these things down. Even in our functions, your crusades in Yama, before we go for crusades and everything, any spirit on the road is cleared out. We went to one crusade, they drew on not spirit, be a giant dark spirit. No, be us run to free car no more. It was running once he saw us. I got down from the car and no dimrika. The spirit got in speed. And I'm see Baku through.
Oh yes, yeah. Wow. Now, spirit, do they die? And now,
no, not at all. Not at all.
They don't die.
They don't die. They are eternal. They are eternal. They live in the realm of the spirit. And to bind and free her, he will leave. And then go and look for another place to host. Because they are hosting spirits. So the Bible said that if an unclean spirit leaves a body, it goes about looking for empty houses or empty spaces to occupy. If he finds none, he will come back to the old place and check if it is empty. If it is empty, he will go and invite 7 deadly demons which are more wicked than he is, and then they will come in and then come and cause more destruction. Wow. And you can bind them, they go looking for another vessel. And I send you almost the Debia Weber Accra. And can no be possessed. Of course. Yeah. Of course.
Okay, you had here on my Ghana. Meaning say on my bia so e believe in sa no man on penny for no leaders need to say Kwame Nkrumah ye na mum di kan betena akonya so Ghana ha no. Ya tete se bebre so kokoko enro bosom ne de kaka ho. On my Ghana, on my no as a whole no, the nation as a whole, do we have your bosom Ghana on my no bosom a only di mayen ana say bibi say ni ho.
The problem bibi say ni ho. Okay. The problem about Ghana bosom is most of them no things that are spirits that have come into dwell in our rivers and our waters, and they were conjured by people. Okay. One be a porter named Mana Omba. So we have conjured them and we've had contracts with them to remain. Okay. And so there is nothing like spirit to be mainly governing the whole country. Okay. But then there are entities that have weights in the country. Entities each, and it is tribal. Obiani Diodibaye. Onim say when the British and most of the Portuguese and everything were coming to Africa for colonial situation. Most of them did not come, the voyagers did not come with the gospel. They came with Omusumai, Omubusum. That's what suppressed the country. Wow. So they showed us that they had more power. You could not do anything to them. And that was their capacity. And these are some of the things now. And many people went for such powers from different locations. And no more importing in Adiaba Ghana. So Ghana wahanum, India for busum wahanum, Benin for busum, different kinds of spirits, and they are doing all sorts of diabolic things. Wow. Exactly.
Wow. I thought that would to meet say Obika say oh, say mon treaty Kwame Nkrumah mu ya, o man the best of us, man treaty we ya, o man the best of us. Even in football, yɛtumi kora ka so former blaster players na ɔmo de ɔmo nkwa ɛto ɔmo team no bebree ɛbrɛ bebree yare dadan mu yɛahwɛ mu yi a the team will never do well saa nɔɔma no do they work?
Yes, it works. That's a situation of prosperity. It's a prosperity. So in that condition, it's obviously going to work. Okay. Obiya de pamana mawa menfa bonin chianika. Don't abandon the people that aided you when you needed them. So that's a situation you should never do. And that's the thing that has gone through the Bible. Anybody that denies the structure of somebody that have done good to them will always struggle. The Bible says, forget not the rock from which you were healed. Mema ure fi rock na ye free. So forget not the rock from which you were healed. Kai baby aye child free. Oh yeah, rock na ye child na ye do ye atre na. And now ye atre kama ceramic. But Kai say ye child free baby di buy. So you always have to really honor your elders, your predecessors, those that did good. Oma ye bi kroma ye bi. So you honor them, but do not worship them. Don't be trying to call them to come and help you. There is nothing no ancestor on the face of the earth can do. There is nothing. Okay. They are dead and gone. Monja omono monda. Mo to champagne ni shinabli ni amamoma. Dia mu friend you can never know. Most onim se me do kasa and bebre a comfort bebre mo gu ho no ma omo ye even on my comfort kasa they don't see nothing. Wow. And say omo tue ska de be comfort. Equation tricks and systems. And you know what you know, or you know, hey, nana, insure way, no, this any go from we can know, or yeah, we are no abesa, no, I anything, no, the powder, sras, and no, the powder, and none, no, who no see, oh, nana, kutung, groom. Now, board drums are man. No, almost papa. No, the powder, no, son, baby, now they don't see anything. Wow. So it's just normal. They don't understand what is going on. And then later, it ends up bringing a lot of distractions. If you know the spirit that you are calling, some of you should be Ghana. If we should show you who they were and who they are, what they are doing to the towns, they are very dangerous. That's why Obison said there are certain things we can never do in Ghana. Come and say, oh, Africa for your village people. It's not because you have village, but now before no, you know, and yes, so mine are from our background. So, build these certain things in the country and you don't take care of it spiritually. Build the roller coaster, puna one young woman, a bebuam obiu. Oh, yeah, building, be now, it's always the thing that these things are hovering, trying to limit our progress. Wow. Yeah.
Well, my next question, Krana, will do honor. A country like Ghana, Nyamia Dumyewo, all the natural resources are Nkebema, Yesu Yakoye, Nimtisa America, Nomni Canada. But I say 4 years, 8 years, 10 bia or minor brand ebre, 10 bia or minor brand ebre. They do baby a bimutimika say or minor, quiet koye nimno, and ya physical, and spiritual. Ebi say, oh, leaders in Emwa. Oh, yeah, Ghana problem no, mainly about leaders, and I was spiritual problem biswa. Accounting on money development akachi.
I asked one president a question, say, I told you, I'm no more year campaign, more kasa different. But I'm a president, and then you people act very strange and different. Yeah. He told me plainly, say sometimes they don't understand. It's like their people are possessed. Or to me, didn't be kasa. Oh, Kofi, men, yes, Kofi, let's build the country. Kofi, the money is like this. I say, Obeka say, you know, the person will do the exact thing he said don't do. He says no. And they will act like they are possessed. President Kratimi Fro Bikra on Fakon because he's doing something wrong. And they will not answer your call until they are done doing the wrong thing. It's like something takes over them once you put them in power. And that's a very, very strange thing. And that's where the power of the divine structure has to be executed. Because one share understand say Abrofo no mu the spirit nearby. Omu jabe breguha. You remember said there was a time where there was a spirit in the castle. They had to go and drive it out by one of the ARS pastor, Hovenu. They normally mention him. Yes, these are some of the histories I've listened to and then studied across. And these things are there. These are entities, ancient entities that are dwelling there. And they will destroy a lot of things. So mostly I always advise we should not get into such contracts. Yeah.
And I say, oh, minor war. And normal ADTI spiritually.
Yes. Wow. So they are there. They are there vividly. Omoko see a lot of things. And if you want to break out in the country, you have to be spiritually strong. Because in the soil, in the land you're on. A brow person on your bridge, in COBC umpino, about Fiabete warning. Or Diamond say, bridge now, Quacoyano. O ye mistake, Obama, Meshuasi, now bridge, ensure no be man warning, or no, so ensure way, untimi ye bridge in my man from the funny so. At the end of the day, but that's what we have created. We've allowed these spirits to hover around our gold, our diamonds, all of our things. Obi will say, ye bibi wa I say en friend na no mo bambambe spirits no mo no appease you. Don't appease any spirit. If you have anything wants a spirit be disturbed, bra, we are prophets. We are like this thing, the police system. We will come and chase it away. Yeah, bet Johnny. It will run away without even breaking a sweat. As the Lord lives, it will run away. When light shined, darkness comprehended it not. And you don't need to negotiate with spirits that are coming to or to assassin rent free. Wabeji will go to diamond mountains or scare your children. It's in the waters, it's drowning your children. There are rivers be now. One show you now. Free setting family mo. Now say oh me ba me cause akra cause swimming with him. If you tie him kra na so ni frefre no. Or frefre no. Or obe ho na akra na tom na we. Onya to enim a be. Yes, it's very very dangerous. I have seen like the sea deities. I've seen it. Maybe more from Mami Water, Mademoiselle. I've seen most of those ones. Yes. Then I have seen a point when I was young. I remember swimming pan. And some from obviously. Yeah. You fire away now. You to make component now. Come on, then we learn how to swim and things. So, in that angle, I was seeing quite a lot of things. Very strange. These things are there. Some of the people that we knew when we were young and they died. We're just sitting with them. No nipa sorry say bibi abaniso. No around no. Like we are chatting, but now we are drowning. Wow. And in 3 days you see their body wash away. Like we were talking to them. Also, friend now no as a baby pulling. Exactly. That's those things. They lure you into it. So those rivers, we are very diabolic. And me also be one where now our son is not the part that go na your boy nyum di go. No crying a chance now church him for make sure me say look, this one me spirits. I know the spirit. They don't even deserve to be waving anything over the king. No. Wow. Ancestors contract no these spirits they are criminals. They played our ancestors. So if our ancestors were to come back here, I'm going to say, onim spirit will shred the year. Now one beno. I'm going to plain words. That's shred the year. Now one ben spirit. And yes, sir, obey.
And this one brings me to my next question.
All right.
When we say ye bonfire say nyame be boye na o man ntumpon. But the same country like Ghana, ye believe in nyame a ye bibia ye free nyame wo mu no. The same country so ye ya na san friend nananom abosomfo so say omo bia fan say ye de omampanyin si akonwa so na ya frɛ ya sheik nom malamfo alaji prophet pastors na ye de nyankopon din abompa ye wi a ye say abosomfo so me bompa ye. Are we not contradicting ourselves?
Yeah.
The you know any chakabi blending tradition with Christianity and Islam no and how you can be so.
Exactly. So a lot of people make mistake. They think religion is tradition. Religion is not tradition. Kusungbo, as the Ghana people will say it. Kusungbo, tradition is tradition. Tradition like Abuatri festival. Everyone is saying different kinds of festivals across the nation. It is a fair story. It has nothing to do with deities. What I say? It's a fair story among for LEV. And then sometimes they used to communicate to God through idols and everything. Now men were looking for God, like when they built the golden calf when Moses saved them. Or build the golden calf, Moses buy or destroy golden calf then, you know, because mostly anytime at all something happens to man, he wants to find a God to give the glory to. And then most of the time the Almighty does not dwell in idols. So so once you thank him from your heart, he's able to listen to you. But we like an idol. That's why we built the golden calf. So anytime at the pabi besi wo yesu no na ya pa edua bi aye logoligi na say edua we ya ho eduma ya be edua na mostly it's just a tree na ya gu nse gusu na ya di moje gusu na ya break portal na demon bi a oti ni baby a oye diabolic or person be destroy na show up na wa fa obi so say me na ye friend me say me ye nsuo na da na me ye dua we me ye inframa mu hum maba meboa mo enti mu meboa mo no mu di mo ba a edi kan ebe ba me ho na mo abesom na busom omo ye selection papa e ma ni memo mo serve mo na fefefe kama kama and they will pick up the best out of you to serve them and render all of them useless and follow the generation. And that's how those spirits function. So I always admonish people, say, me can't say culture should not be done. Respect, but you know now say, oh, respect your ancestors. Mention their names. Let us hear them. And many other things. But don't conjure those forces. Because at the end of the day, you know, self-reference and now those spirits in Yamaria. Now you have a bomb fire. It breaks out all of those things. And I won't for also for the end two last. Now we mumba from the we are not a pamo in
wow.
And it's a so for start your month member.
Yes.
If the pastor prays first, they won't be able to come. Oh friend that's the problem. Do we have a bright future? Ghana, we have a wonderful future. Oh, I'm telling you, in 30 to 35 years, I can assure you that in the next few years, even now, as I speak to you, in 4 years' time, Ghana will automate unique intercity railway systems, will begin to implement quality busing system. I mean, Ghana is about to change. I'm telling you this, it will surprise you. Because I saw in time that Ghana was transforming to understand that they had opportunity to get visa free to European countries, to understand that people were abandoning British countries and coming to Ghana to come and start their life. The whole world is coming to Ghana.
Wow.
Yes, Ghana will be the eye of Africa. Ghana is going to transform in ways you cannot imagine. Yes, Ebabe is very special. And people will enjoy the wealth and then the opportunities that it comes with. Something is going to happen.
Few years to come.
A few years to come. Very, very short time. And that's why I made to chasing after these things. Mountain Motia Usi bridge this thing is so serious. It's not because structural integrity is not good. It's working. Everything is good. Engineers are working. But they'll come and do some enchantment and everything, small things before they will start the building. Because appease atmosphere and sana. But we don't need to tolerate these things. If bridge bina, once a spirit should be whatever is misbehaving there, just find some anointed man of God. They will go there 3 seconds. They will just make sure that thing is arrested.
Wow.
Wow.
Abusia enkoma ye boy bijiri se wani age ho papa. Ye ne prophet Tevin Soa ajei ene di nkomo. Wabie yani wakyerɛkyerɛ no ma bebre. Now me kai se obeba ha na obitwe madwene si se the last time bi aba ha na ye ka American visa no ho asem na o ka se on be reverse decision no pam foreign ministry atimi ene America for na kasama ya call back to 5 years in B1 B2 no because what kind of class we may worry na very reverse enche. Wow. My who say obi phone ring on checking the mame. Now me baba busawo another question I know so this week a trend pa ya papa prophet Usu Bempa bishop ono so akasa.
All right.
O say say NDC for anyere omo ho na omanke ka omo ho a 4 years ne beso no mantle no be fro omusam akodi be fufro ma omo omutimi nyo omo de so omo wo power na Ghana de 8 years na de ohu no so omanke ka omo pe after 4 years power no be free NDC for answer but also waka say NDC be reni 16 years and I don't know how whether last time Otana aka say he's one of the most powerful prophets Ghana, even across Africa.
Yes.
Also, they are can you also so they say
mainly I would say one interesting thing. Watch the phones and on silent. One thing I would say is that when it comes to prophets, everybody and how they work. The Bible said diverse kinds of spirit, but diverse kinds of operations, but of the same spirit. That's the kind of thing. It's based on perspective. you draw 9 ewo nim sisi a me hu as 9 but o side we hu as 6. It's two different perspectives. We will see the same thing but from different angles. We study the 4 Gospels of the Bible, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Each account was very precise but from different perspectives. And Matthew's account was the same thing but from different perspective. Mark's account, the same thing, different perspective. Luke, John, the same thing but different perspective. And the perspective no can change, but it may be the same story. So maybe ewo ononi situation mono obo mo kokose mamu tremu nyamode, but ebia in 4 years time the story will change. Maybe probably it's even a goodwill warning to them that, hey, don't stay back, you're about to break time, maintain your pace. And it may be a warning. It may not necessarily be said the 16-year pathway will change, because the 16-year pathway, I prophesied about it. He also reconfirmed it in prophecy, and other people have also prophesied the same thing. Once I said it, so many prophets have said the same 16 years. So once, and let me explain one thing to you. I'm looking through timelines and pathways. I'm like Ezekiel. Obinsu to say Samuel. Yes. Obi to say Elijah. The thing that Ezekiel was seeing was very different from what Elijah was seeing. The things that Enoch was seeing and then Daniel was seeing was very different from what Samuel was seeing. And to obedience is checking through time. Obedience or revealing within timelines and everything. It depends on their maneuvering. It's all diverse kinds of operation by one spirit, as the Lord lives.
Nothing is changing.
It's 16 years. That's the timeline. Once it changes, I'll come and tell you. All right. And the timeline remains as the Lord lives. You know, time does not really change. Those things is just stories.
Okay. Another news that has been trending again this week, and they say, say Donald Trump ever visited Ghana. Now, ebi say no. My papa went back Ghana ha. Ebi say oh omra. When will be say Donald Trump ever back Ghana?
Honestly, our public relations will be very great in Ghana. Yes, there's several presidents who come to the country, and as the Lord lives, it's a possibility that could happen. But I don't have utterance to author on Donald Trump's coming to Ghana, whether it will be good or bad or any other thing that comes across it. So on them there, I don't have the capacity, like the key to explain that.
But is there any other thing Ebi Abepe say over catch Ghana for Abi Amimbusa? Is there anything you want to tell us? Then I want to know any enche because untimi ma enkwa unka bibinche what you say.
Yes. Importantly, the first thing I wanted to say is that I saw visa-free opening within Europe and Ghana. Because of that, so many countries across Africa try to troop into Ghana. Because Ghana be your next step, as in your moko Libya, most of them will be trooping it into Ghana, trying to be a part of Ghana and everything. And Ghana will begin to get unique transformation. Ghana will be one of the first countries that will take a unique step out of Africa. Everybody to say South African system. Nigerians will be rushing in. Cote d'Ivoire will be rushing in different kinds of countries to be the center of Africa, the eye of Africa. And as I speak to you, it is 17 years pathway, so it's going to be established. Once the 16 years of election is done, there's next year, 17th year, you'll be seeing most of this reality as the Lord lives. Until that's the first thing that I want everybody to pay attention to, that is going to happen. Mom prepare. The future is beautiful for the country. Media, if the future is not good, I would say it. But it is very beautiful. That's the way forward.
And a football, so man say, and also
I said we have a World Cup.
Yes.
And I describe some things. And so we'll go to the World Cup. And then when
by a performance, they say as usual.
And one say players like Semenyo, they are not spiritually fit to be the number, like striking, force now on anything for the country. They have to spiritually fortify themselves, because standing in front of a nation is not by skill or tactics. If you ask every good footballer, they will tell you any tactics, any skill. It's not just that. It is the strategies you implement and also spiritual capacity, because everything on the football field, I've played football before. The morale now the Bejina pitch, so they are bobono. It takes you further than even the skill now. Nobody me our good skill. Bejina pitch so. Yeah, bobo no more can have 19. because deep inside you, you are not fully seated spiritually. Once you're fully seated spiritually, your confidence will be boosted, you'll be capable. Inaki Williams is suffering the same thing, and then that's the two problems of our strikers. Ghana does not have an attacking spirit. Wow. Because we have 8 goals from now. That 8 goes in some few matches, but then they won't be able to get those goals in because that struggle. So if they can work this thing out in some few days, they will have all those goals landing into the nets and everything. But they should pay attention to this player, Ishaku. They should carry him because World Cup, that boy was in time. The part where I was looking at, he is the reason why you would dance in this country. Ishaku. He will score big countries. One man army. Whilst Kamadin is moving from the other side, this guy is scoring from several. He will score different goals in the timeline that we succeeded. That is the original timeline. So once you temper with time, we get the ultimate outcome.
Wow. Now, say ye be ansana sa success wing in Abba sa semenyo de inaki modie no. What do they do before?
So they have to fortify themselves spiritually and get themselves in line, so that they can be able to work because they are lighter. And then once you come from there, somebody like Kudus is heavy, but the World Cup, he will go with us, he will not be able to finish with that. That's what we are working on to correct. Because one thing I believe is that in the World Cup, sliding tackle is not an easy joke. So in the this thing is bad for all of us. So I believe I'm a patriotic citizen and I'm a Pan-Africanist as well. So I always want Africa to be what it has to be. So if I see the good, I would say it. If there's any counsel, I'll put it across as well. And Obi said, "Kama Adin Suleimana, he's going to be impossible to stop." The World Cup, Ghana will take over. Like Obeti Ghana Din, if the original timeline is adhered to. What they should do, they shouldn't change anything, temper anything, invite any player. They should just maintain it. If the coach does too no gidi so koye selection, the World Cup, I can assure you, once they breach time, I'll come and tell you the breach time. I'll tell you the first match, the scores the match will be. And if we are coming, I'll tell you how it will go, and then I will lose and come back home. Yeah.
Wow. You maintaining coach we are final call World Cup no, and I no.
If possible, maintaining. Don't change anything. In this pathway, they succeeded. Any changes that they created within will temper with time. But they should bring the Ishaku. Me, I don't know him from anywhere. Or because maybe Ishaku any player. Me, if you ask him, because he doesn't know me, I don't know him from anywhere. But then what is in time is what I'm telling you. It's not because you're a good player. There are better players than him. Yes. So at the end of the day, that's how it is.
Before we go, my last question. When you say Ghana, Christmas, ben a man for say before now sorry in wiem can emoji go from. I don't know whether you've heard this story. Yes, I yin na sa almost bronya ba na before no pe moja anom accident si bebre. Bronya no say enche. Say October. Dia ne yenye na yen stop sa moja anom ne accident bebre na Christmas ba. It is alleged.
Actually, it's true. Say Christmas towards the end of the year, they make quite a lot of sacrifices. And no sad time, no say mostly no in those seasons, no was a deities ni river ni nyama no omuji omo aketua no any nyama yom ejuma ni nyama, because once people crowd in, they are able to take quite a lot of lives and everything. So mainly, I always admonish everybody that as you step out and as you come back, pray and dedicate yourself. Let me show you how the angel of death can kill people. It's a very simple thing. It starts as simple as you wake up in the morning, and then maybe old drive a car and I say baby boat and not to see mami chinko enim kakra me home organize one fix it now adada. It is called orchestration. And to be orchestrated from the step-by-step approach. And to be also quite more about not there, okay, me managing a kakra. Obe one quite so now refuse say. Obote not in Yejuma. Now what Siajan so now we need to bind. The person is there. Most deaths are by orchestration. And starting from one point and end at another point. The angel of death has markings and structures that is sets. It is a time tripping. So now we can say if this is how they call him, General Asiedu Nketia, Ebeka. This statement now, his presidential ambition is cut off. Obeka say, like opposing the presidency, the 8-year run of Mahama, it will be suppressed immediately. As I said, that's it. Money or Kasa, a free will time. I gave a prophetic word, say, as General Mosquito said, there's only one thing stopping him from becoming a president, that's death. If he does not die, he'll be the next president for 8 years, president of the kings. Exactly. Now, the only way that they can tamper with that timeline is if it comes to oppose Mahama's 8 years term. Because people will be calling for it. Once he opposes it, he states this statement, say, we are not presenting Mahama, yes. His ambition will be cut off. Every good thing he does will be turned into evil. So I put that thing across. And at the end of the day, he came to say the same statements I said, do not say. Exactly. So we're breaching time. We're trippy has fallen into that time plane. The same way the angel of death is. Once you trip into his world, you would leave the whole timeline till you are dead. It's like you fulfill. I say, what tomb? I said, jackpot, my one quiet there when you do something to be. So that's how it is. So these are some of the things that.
Papa, who say, kasa bebumo. They say 8 years be or baby train will be ana.
Yes. Wow. That's the original timeline actually. But people are trying to bend the time. So
will it happen? 8 years ago.
Come again.
Will the 8 years happen?
Oh no, right now, one thing I want to say is I don't want to temper with certain things. I want you to be left. I have said some things back. I want you to go. Everybody should go. I narrated this whole story in big form. I'm just filling in the gaps. Yes. So I want you to listen to the old ones. It's a proverb. Go back to the past. Pick the past. Because one thing is, I prophesy in a story mode. And I leave catalyst in each prophecies. And the catalyst, I'm not the one that controls it. I'm one of the people that prophesies a prophecy packaged with a prophecy. So once this happened, this will happen, that will happen. It will follow like a trend. And the major catalyst, no, it's like a pathway, a map to lead you to the future. When you go back, when you listen to me on radio today, go back to the past, study the narration, how it has begun. You'll be shocked. You will say, oh, you know everything easily. Wow, it's amazing. Prophecy is like art. We draw it nicely. We make sure it is intriguing, and very beautiful. And then we allow it to be fulfilled by the grace of God.
God bless you so much. We have really enjoyed the conversation with you. Yamishra another wonderful topic be idea chef freezer for the next time you come.
Sure.
Now obi here obi hu where can we locate you? Sorry, number Benny bit me afraid.
Okay. Yes. So we are in Oyibi Prayer Camp Junction. Oyibi Prayer Camp Junction on the Accra Odowa Road. Oyibi Prayer Camp Junction, right after Valley View University. We'll drive here about 4 minutes. You'll just be at the church premises. It is on Numo Antie Street, Oyibi Prayer Camp Junction. And then on Google Map, all the maps, Google anything, it's just called Prophetic Life Embassy. Prophetic Life Embassy, the life of a prophet. So Prophetic Life Embassy, the life of the prophetic. So Prophetic Life Embassy. And our phone numbers are 026 2236 360. 026 2236 360. And we have another one which is 0256 290 320. And then I'm on social media, all platforms, Prophet is Stelving. And also, watch yourself now and get scammed because people are using my name. There's so many accounts that's not me. Yeah. And they're actually telling people to pay some money, bring this. I don't call for any money anywhere, anyhow. That's good. So, UOBC, Brabe Chiawe, Nabe Ome, Brabe Yewe, Chiawe, Mawe. People have been scammed. I beg you, that's not me. Until you could just can we now be my attempts and and I miss transfers. It's not me. So, please know the people. Like I don't do that. So if you go and see somebody, it's not me.
Wait, disclaimer.
Yeah, it's not me. So that you will not go and send money to somebody and then later come and fight me.
Yes.
Whilst I'm there, hey, me send this camera, it's not me.
And these are the only two numbers officially the two out.
Yes, these are the only two
numbers need to be
026
026
22
22
36
36
360
360
and 0256
0256
290
290
320
320.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Sunday now all night here
all night is on Friday, so this Friday we're gonna have it all night. And even this Friday you're dealing with altars. It's so amazing that it's a coincidence. Honestly, this topic was supposed to be treated last week, but I don't know what happened. I didn't remember.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't remember. I was shocked. So me catching up, I say, how come I forgot about this? And I was so amazed by it. So It was not meant for this week, but it's this week that I'm also teaching about the same topic, and then we are dealing with altars.
Yeah.
So I was saying to people that if we be kuku be whatever it is, bring it.
That's
if
it.
you fear be our spirit be hammer, just are not here free or fetch some sand from there, pick a stone from there, and come to the church premises.
Good.
We'll deal with altars.
Amen.
We'll break certain altars by the grace of God. This Friday we start at 9 p.m. We close at 4 a.m. and then we have Sunday evening services as well from 5 a.m. to 8:30.
5 p.m.
5 p.m. to 8:30 in the night. So that's how it is. We don't do morning services, only evening services. Yeah, we'll bring the morning service to East Lego.
God bless you.
Or maybe somewhere around there.
God bless you.
As the Lord leads.
Yeah,